We have been together for 5 years. I started dating him right when we met, right when I turned 19. Basically have been with him since I was still a teenager. 2 summers ago, we split up for a month because of major differences in communication and expectation of one another. We got back together. At the beginning, we kept it casual and both saw other people. After we became official again, he snooped on my Facebook and saw a message, from when we just got back together, and were both seeing other people, I had sent to a guy that was explicit and pictures were exchanged. He freaked, but got over it because it was his terms that we see other people. Regardless, it took me up until this point to regain his trust. We did therapy. Fast forward to a week or so ago. But first, in July, I moved up here a new state, so he could take a great new job. He asked me to move with him. I hate it here. I am miserable, lonely, bored, and get pretty sick of being lost every time I want to go do something. I miss my family. He hasn't done anything wrong except that all he wants to do is sit on the computer and go on the same jogging route. I have tried very hard to make new couple friends. He has only gone out with us all maybe 3x since we moved. The only time he wants to snuggle or give me attention is of course when I'm in the middle of schoolwork, which I take very seriously, so I don't like to stray when I get started. I touch him all the time. He ignores me and continues yelling at CS:GO. So yay, I'm bored. And I made a stupid choice. A week or so ago, a friend that I game with, don't know him IRL, and I basically sexted. BF snooped my Skype and saw it, came barging into the room last night telling me how I need to leave in the morning. He just so happened to get the flu and our conversation ended on that note because he is sick as hell currently. So I guess I just need advice on what to say to my family. It doesn't seem like it, but I do love him. I thought we were going to stay together. I just wanted to do some anonymous internet sex stuff one time because why not? Obviously that's a selfish way to think. And I fucked up. My BF thinks that I have emotionally vested into this man even though we have only had such a conversation once. Our Skype history starts months ago just because we have gamed together before. Not that it matters because I obviously betrayed him. Now I'm wanting to know how I tell my friends, how I tell my family, what a fucking scumbag I am. And what steps do I take now? Because we have lived together so long, and I'm in a different state than everyone I know, with a job so low paying I cannot go out and get a place. I have school, I teach a nutrition class, I have a serious volunteering commitment. What am I supposed to do about these things? Do I try to mend things with him or just leave? Like I said, deeply love this guy, despite my stupid actions. Top 5 comments. 1. Sounds to me like you are done with this, and whether consciously or unconsciously, you found a way to point the cannons at the decks. End this and go home. 2. Because that is cheating on someone. You got what was coming to you, now you have to deal with the consequences. 3. You are in a position a lot of people have been in. This guy is your first love, and clearly you have grown to the point where the two of you are not right for each other, but the thought of being without him is painful due to the time and experience you have shared. I think you need to leave. It's going to be awful, but it is the right thing to do. You are young and need to find what is right for you as opposed to being tied down to the person you started dating when you were 19. 4. Priceless. Don't act a fool or cheat if you're not ready for the consequence. 5. You felt unloved and ignored, so you started explicitly flirting with another guy. That might or might not have led to a real affair, but emotionally it counts as significant already. You need to apologize to your BF, just as if you had an affair. I really messed up, I'm sorry. I was feeling lonely and I acted stupidly. Please forgive me and let's work on improving our relationship. He can accept your apology or not, it's up to him. It's totally irrelevant whether you have other activities or commitments. If you two split up, you can stay in the new location or go back home. Story 2. I, 24F, cheated on my husband, 30M, 8 months ago and he is still furious with me but doesn't want to separate. What to do? My husband and I have been married for 3 years. 8 months ago, I cheated on him by drunkenly giving a stranger a blowjob. There are no excuses for my behavior, and I told him immediately what happened, offering to move out and leave him the apartment to him if he wanted me gone. I've never seen him so angry. I thought he was going to beat me up, honestly, but in the end he said he didn't want me to leave and that I would make this up to him. Well, it's been 8 months now and I don't know if I'll ever be able to make it up to him. At first, I understood him needing to read all of my text messages, listen in on all my phone calls, and not wanting me to go anywhere without him. But that can't be the status quo forever, can it? I can't even talk to my mom privately, and my professional reputation is suffering because he screams at me if I'm a minute late getting home from work, and he calls me constantly to check up on me. I haven't seen my friends or family in months, and when I asked to go to my niece's birthday he said I could only go if I told everyone at the party that I cheated on him. And our sex life has gotten really, really uncomfortable for me. I feel like I can't say no to anything, and he treats me more like a blow-up toy than a living human being. I didn't want to go down on him because I was sick and my throat hurt and he just went insane, screaming at me that if I was willing to let some other guy put his dick in my mouth that I'd better be willing to let him do it whenever he wants for the rest of our lives, and I don't know if I can live like this. I feel like we're never going to be real partners again, and an uncharitable part of me thinks that he's getting off on being allowed to treat me like shit. I don't know. I've never felt more lonely and sad in my entire life, and I know that I brought this on myself, but surely there's a limit on how much punishment I can be expected to take? I'm thinking about putting my foot down and saying that we need to try another couples counselor. He didn't like the last one as he felt that she was victim blaming him, which I understand. I just don't know what else to do. But I know he's going to ask how I can make demands of him when I was the one who betrayed him in the worst way possible. What do I do? This while still taking responsibility for how I hurt him. This is a cross post from r/relationships, they deleted my post, so I hope it's okay that my username doesn't start with throw RA. Before my post there got deleted, a lot of people seemed to feel like there was no hope for my relationship. I am having a hard time with the idea of leaving him on top of everything else I have done to him. I don't want to hurt him any more than I already have,